Hey, what's up, YouTube? It's Jodo Jake. Welcome back to the channel. Today's video is just going to be a rant. No cuts. At least I hope not. No edits. I'm trying to keep this to one take. And the whole purpose of this video is just to talk a little bit about how I'm feeling in this current hobby. Um, and this week specifically, uh, we had Journey Together pre-orders go up. I believe was it Thursday last week. My hunch was that it was gonna be Friday, because when I've been trying to keep track of that, by the way. I'm gonna note down when pre-orders for the next set come out, and it's typically a week or so before the newest set comes out. But yeah, we had Journey Together pre-orders come out, and I was up at 6:30, and I missed it, unfortunately. I tried for an hour. I wasted a whole damn hour of my life trying to order 2 Pokemon Center ETBs because they did not change the limit back to 4. That was something I noticed really quickly, which was always the case up till Prismatic Evolutions when they did the pre-order, um, that Friday. I remember getting a few cases, and then I tried ordering a 4th, and the limit had changed. So with Journey Together, the limit was still 2, and I have a feeling that's gonna stick around for quite some time, if not for the foreseeable future. And that's just because the market and the hobby is really like we are in a new boom. And it's pretty bullish on ultra modern specifically. Never have I ever seen a modern booster box sell out on the Pokemon Center on the first day of launch, and let alone in the first 2 hours. Journey Together, if you haven't looked into it, basically we have a new updated booster box that includes a promo. And when the pre-orders went live, there was a assumption, at least from me and a lot of other people, that there was a possibility that the promo that is included in this new booster box was only available through the Pokemon Center site. So that was scary. But after doing some more research, other content creators doing some research, some news outlets like PokeBeach and PokeGuardian, it it's come down to that all booster boxes will have this promo for the most part, and not just orders from the Pokemon Center. That would have been a scary potential reality. Just thinking about it, we would have had a booster box price for with promo and without, and then on top of that, we would have this case premium, let alone with the promo without, and that sounds like a nightmare. From a logistic standpoint too, it just didn't make sense from the Pokemon Company to do something like that. Um, but anyhow, I did not get any, unfortunately, and that's okay. I'm not happy that I didn't get any, but I'm not gonna, go crying like a little Timmy about it. There'll be more opportunities, uh, and I just can't see myself spending 160 plus for a booster box that's not even out yet. I know placing orders through the Pokemon Center, you're not charged till release, and that's fine and dandy. But and I know that there was pre-orders at GameStop, Best Buy, all those other big brick and mortar big box stores. But I didn't go out and pre-order any just because I can't see myself spending that much on a booster box. It just financially does not make sense. From a collection standpoint, it doesn't make sense. I know that the MSRP changed with Scarlet and Violet, and all pack pricing has gone up, but now it's officially like that's the bottom right now, and so be it. I mean, I'm gonna be in this hobby whether I'm buying a new card or buying a new sealed product regardless. I absolutely love this space. Made so many good friends and some of my best friends. I love this hobby. It's brought me so much joy. Um, and things like this definitely make me a little sad. This week I've been thinking about like what video do I want to put out, and I've got some really cool ideas um that I really want to, dive into. I've got a new series based on Sword and Shield alt arts that I'll be doing soon, that I'm just gathering some research on. that I'm really excited to get going on the channel. I'm really looking forward to seeing what you guys think too, because there will be some interesting facts and just stuff that I'm learning as I'm doing this research that I think you'll also appreciate. But yeah, I had to get this off my chest because it kind of made me like not want to create content in a weird way. I don't know how to explain it. Like, um, I've absolutely loved making content on YouTube now. Like the response I've got from everyone that's come across the channel to people at local shows or just like on Discord has been like crazy. It's weird. I mean, I'm a small guy, right? Like I only have like what 400 plus subscribers. But it's been a joy. I've, getting more comfortable talking in front of the camera, and I got this new Rode 2 mic. Shout out to Ern. He had been using it and I just noticed that the audio sounded great out of this. And sooner or later I'll upgrade to something, more podcasty, but I know Tucker Pokebeard's going to give me some shit for not getting that mic already cuz he's been pressing me to get it. Um but anyways, yeah, Journey Together. It's gonna be a great set. We've only seen a few cards. I think that they're holding some stuff back. They typically do until the next set releases, and then we'll start seeing more leaks like we did with Surging Sparks and Prismatic. They keep us in the hype cycle. The Pokemon is one of the best marketing strategy companies there ever was. They are the top IP for a reason. Um, but yeah, they need to figure some things out. And I don't think that it's necessarily their fault because they plan all this out so early on. Like probably this stuff has been planned for more than a year, if not longer. And these you can't account for market shifts like this as a company. You just adapt. And the Pokemon company is very good at adapting. They will most likely print something into oblivion again, like they did Crown Zenith or Zenith, Crown Zenith. One of my favorite sets of Sword and Shield, if not my favorite. I'm very bullish on that set, and way before it started to blow up. It's insane. But anyhow, Journey Together is gonna be cool. I'm anticipating some really cool trainer Pokemon. I'd love to see like Red Snorlax. I think that would be super cool. Or just like Blues Blastoise. Give me something Blastoise related. I'm all in. But we haven't seen a lot. So there's like different people saying different things like, this set's gonna be trash. And I'm like, well, no one knows what's in this set. And it's a mainline set. They're gonna do some cool things, but they usually hold a lot of the big stuff for the holiday sets. That then again, this is what is this? This is Scarlet and Violet 9, I believe, because 8.5 is prismatic. Um, but yeah, it'll be a cool set. So with Journey Together news, it's crazy. Booster boxes, Pokemon Center ETBs, regular ETBs are already like pre-selling on eBay for like stupid amounts, similar to what we've been seeing with Prismatic and Surging Sparks. And there's no end in sight with this. And that's a little scary. I think the Pokemon hobby is in a kind of a scary place right now. Um, but I know things like this don't last. At least I like to hope they don't. The history repeats itself. We've been through a boom before. We're in a boom now. We'll see another boom. We'll see crashes too. We'll see dips in the market. And like, I'm trying to be more strategic about that as a collector, as a hobbyist. And I'm trying to also make money when there's opportunity because that money gets put back into my collection, that gets put into the channel, buying stuff for like lights, this mic, stuff like that. Like I'm putting my own money, my own collection gains back into this hobby one way or another. And like I've been just trying to find things that are like that make sense to buy lately. There's still a lot of cheap special illustration rares that I'm going after. And like you look at, for instance, Twilight Masquerade, right? Like that set is so top heavy. Like it's literally Greninja as the top card, obviously. It's going for like 700 in a PSA 10, if I remember correctly. Could be more, could be less. I don't know. The market changes are happening by the hour, by the minute. We're seeing cards go up hundreds of dollars a week. Some I've seen even go up 100 a day. It's the most bullish market I've seen since the pandemic, and it's all focused on ultra modern. During 2020 and 2021, when I got back in, it's funny, I should be taking my own advice to it an extent, but I should have sold all of my vintage just to buy it back later. Um, because everything just went so astronomically high and things didn't make sense, similar to how I'm feeling now. And they all came back down to reality for the most part. Obviously, they all hit new bottoms. Like the price points that we saw in the past were in the past. And, but at the same time, there were more justifiable price points. And that's happening right now with Ultra Modern. I can't make sense of Umbreon VMAX hitting $3,000. Like, I traded into I've graded a few of those. I've sold a few, and I traded into it at when it was 600. And I mean, sure, it is the top card of Sword and Shield. It probably will always be. It will be the Charizard of the modern era. But it just doesn't make sense. You think about the market cap on that card compared to anything else in the hobby, and it's like it's beyond most of, like, different sets market cap. Like, you look at, like, I can't remember where I heard it or read it, but someone said that the market cap on Umbreon VMAX, and this was, like, when it was at 2.2 or 2.5, that it was, like, 6,000,000 over every first edition PSA 10 base set, and that blew my mind. That was a perspective that I didn't think about, and I just can't make sense of a lot of the price points that we're in. And a friend of mine's just like, you don't have to make sense of it. You just got to bang your head on the wall over and over. And yeah, it kind of feels like that a little bit. This week is crazy. We got a lot going on. This is another reason why I wanted to make this video. We have Prismatic Evolutions dropping on Friday. Um, and the pull rates are looking really bad from what I'm seeing. And I'm typically the type of person that's like, pull rates, blah, 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 blah. Like people keep talking about pull rates and like they're opening like 100 packs or whatever. And it's like, but I'm seeing it over and over with this set that it's really bad. There's no illustration rares. I think Master Balls and Pokeballs, I've replaced that in this holiday set. It's a beautiful set, don't get me wrong. But when we're seeing like cards like the Umbreon pre-selling on eBay, just raw, not even like a PSA 10 that's in assembly or whatever. Someone got the scans early and they're trying to be first to market. No, we're seeing just the raw copy get auctioned up to astronomical prices. Obviously, there's probably people just meme bidding on that. Like they did with the Terra Pikachu PSA 10 with Surging Sparks, that first to market card. It's becoming a norm, and that's kind of scary too. Like there's a lot of new money in this hobby. And with that comes like a lot of people in the hobby for the wrong reasons. And that's going to hurt a lot of people, both new and old in this space, that might cause a lot of people to leave the hobby. Not just the price points that we're seeing, but the way we interact with one another. And I'm not going anywhere. I'm here to say that. Like, I really, like I said, like, I love this space. It's done a lot for me, and I'm trying to do a lot for others in ways that I can. Grading Jason's cards for him, helping him sell them. I took a small commission, 10%. I mean, it's no small commission when you're talking about cards like that, but it was a service that I provided in a way that was transparent, honest, and everyone was happy at the end of the day. And I want to make a recap video of that entire experience because some of Jason's cards did sell. I did sell some of Jason's cards. Um, we'll get into that in a future video, but I want to be able to continue to do things like that for people in this hobby, create great experiences for people in this hobby because that's how you keep people in this hobby. That's how you create the next Pokerev, the next Leonhardt, the next Cool Trainer Ryan, people whoever, like all these content creators have had got to where they are because of other people, one way or another. They're standing on the shoulders of giants. You know what I mean? And that goes for me too. Like I'm a small guy, and I look up to a lot of content creators, a lot of people, not even in the content creation space, like just people in the hobby that are just like in their own lane, and I admire that. I try to do a lot of that, and um, yeah, I'm ranting, guys. Prismatic Evolutions. Sorry, I don't even know where I was going with that. I hope I got my point across to some degree. Um, Prismatic Evolutions is going to be scary when we're seeing like astronomical prices like this, set after set, new release. Um, yeah, we in a crazy spot, and to add fuel to the fire, we have Blooming Waters 151 collection boxes hitting Costco in the United States this week, I believe. I'm not sure as of when exactly, but we saw them in Canada, and that was a shit show. We saw people just running over one another. We had apparently saw like armed police making sure that things were calm just so that people weren't hurting anyone. And I saw recently that there were a few Costco's that even provided people with vouchers in line for like limits of 10, and they were already pre-carded when you would walk in the store, which is a lot better than people just, jumping over one another to get a few boxes. Definitely gave me pandemic vibes. It gave me almost a little bit of PTSD when I started seeing videos of that stuff because that was pretty common when Champions Path was out and we were still seeing a lot of hidden fates on shelves in Target and Walmarts. Um, but yeah, 151. That's a set I really have been wanting to make a video about for quite some time because I think that is the real Evolving Skies 2.0, not Prismatic Evolutions. And that may be confusing because it's not an EV set, but it's not necessarily about the EVs or the Pokemon themselves. It's more than that. I think Prismatic Evolutions is a combination of wishes and hopes in a way that you should be careful what you wish for. I guess is what I'm trying to say is like people wanted a Evolving Skies 2.0 so bad, no matter what it took. And Pokemon Company heard us. They heard a lot of you, and they said, "All right, here you go. We planned this out a year in advance." They couldn't have anticipated this much demand, and well, it's a shit show, and I'm sure the Pokemon Company sees everything that's going on. They're very protective of their brand, and they're going to make sure that they print stuff to demand at one point or another. And that's when we'll start to see a little bit of we'll get a whiff of fear in the market, and people will be just dump selling, like trying to undercut everyone in the same space. And we'll see shops that are getting shout out to Pokey. He made a great video last week or this weekend, and just talking about the current like situation with shops just like trying to order astronomical amounts and only getting allocated like 10%, 15% of it. And there's going to be a point when they're going to call the bluff, and basically they're going to get their entire like order, and they're not going to be able to pay for it because it was an astronomical amount and everyone else got the same, and now everyone's trying to undercut, and you'll see prices start to go down. People will start to like get scared of like other things and start selling other stuff quickly just so that they're not hitting the bottom and losing money. And that's when things will start to balance out again. And I'm not saying that's going to be Journey Together. I'm not saying that's going to be Team Rocket. It might be 2026 when we see something. It might be even later. Who knows? I don't know how long this can continue. But back to Prismatic Evolutions. So PokeRev put out a few videos this week and last week, I believe, just opening packs. He did a cool video where he did a breakdown of like what $2,000 of Prismatic Evolutions looks like, and it was really depressing to see like how little product you would get at the current market. And I think he broke it down. It was like 108 packs for around $2,000. He didn't pull a single special illustration rare, nothing of value at all. And you shouldn't expect to when ripping packs, honestly, but it was pretty bad. And that wasn't his only opening. I think he did a few more. And all of them were really bad. I think he only pulled one special illustration rare all said and done after all of his different videos. But that aside, it's just like the scarcity of product alone has already like really increased prices on this set, and I'm assuming it's going to continue into other sets until Pokemon really just puts the printers on burr mode. There's going to be a lot of people that can't afford this stuff or just won't pay it because it's just they see it as too expensive, and all of these scalpers are going to be holding a lot of product thinking that, people are just going to continue to buy it, and that might be the case, which is kind of scary, but I'm hoping that people, have a little bit more willpower and are like, "You know what? This is too expensive. Let me just look at things that are already out that are cheaper, buying singles, instead of just ripping packs and buying into this FOMO market that we're in right now." Yeah. I'm really excited for this year. I want to make some sort of prediction video. I should probably do that while it's still January, and talk about where I think things will go. Although, like, I don't know. Nobody knows. That's the thing. Nobody knows. Um, but my gut tells me things will get better in time. They always do at one point or another. You gotta roll with the punches of the hobby. Like, man, I'm still excited. Like, I just picked up, what is this, Iron Valiant in a PSA 10. Um, I've graded a few of these, but they were kind of weak 10, so I sold them, and I found this copy that was really nice. Um, yeah, I'm still picking up stuff where I can. That makes sense to, right? Like, we want to like engage in this hobby in one way or another, and I'm gonna do that whether I'm buying stuff. Like, I have my Cards and Coffee crew, and we still get together and talk about cards and talk about this stuff. Like, I was just out with Quilly and Pokeneer, or Drew and Yvonne, and we got coffee yesterday, and just had a conversation about like how crazy things are right now, and I mean, like, just kind of like guessing where things can go, and yeah, there's no one that has the right answer, but I think in time, like I said, this will get better for the collectors, for the investors. There's a lot of money to be made right now. If you're looking to sell, now is the time. Like, now is the time. Don't try to wait until you hit that tippy top where it's the max amount you're gonna get. And if you try to do that, you'll most likely you're gonna be like trying to catch the knife. You know what I mean? Like a falling knife. And um be careful about what you're selling too, because I mean, with modern, it's like, sure, you can sell this, let it go, and get it back later, right? Um, I should consider that with some of my stuff. I'm a collector boy at heart, and there's just things that, whether I can find a replacement or not. There's just certain cards that, the story behind getting that card, makes me not want to sell it. And when it comes to vintage, it's like that stuff is getting rare. You're not seeing so much of that hit the market right now. At least like the super exclusives, like rare stuff. You know what I mean? Like Gold Star 10s. And if you have that kind of stuff, I don't. I have Gold Star 9s I just won't sell. I would love to have every Gold Star in a PSA 9. That was a goal I set out in 2023, I think. But I haven't picked up a Gold Star in like over a year, just because I think the market just values it more than I do. Certain cards are justified. Some were probably undervalued at the time, but I mean, cards that I wanted to add that were PSA 9 were going for 1.2 to 1.8, and now they're like 3 and above. It's crazy. It's absolutely insane. But yeah, crazy week this week. Don't lose your ass trying to get Prismatic Evolutions or Blooming Waters. There will be plenty of other products. There will be plenty of other moments in time where you can get these products. At least I hope so. Um, don't take my word as truth. I'm just giving you my opinion. Um, collect what you love right now, because if you're collecting anything else right now, because it's hype FOMO. You might hurt yourself buying Gengar VMAX at $1,400 or Umbreon VMAX at $3,000. Be careful, y'all. That's all I got to say. I hope things get better for everyone that are like just collecting, because I mean, this is a hobby and hobbies are not cheap, but there are points where the price points are unjustified and make no sense. And we're in a little bit of a la la land right now. Um, and any and every play can make you money in this space right now. So we're all Albert Einsteins when it comes to making plays right now, but that won't always be the case. Um, yeah, also, um, me and Henry over at Henry's Poke Corner are trying to do a bi-weekly podcast every other week. We started doing it in December, I think. But because of the holidays and just life, we haven't been as consistent. We're doing that over at his channel. So make sure to go follow Henry at Henry's Poke Corner. Um, yeah, it's gonna be a cool podcast soon. I think we're gonna try to do one this week because we missed out last Sunday, and we just want to make a video or put out a live before Prismatic comes out and kind of talk about the set, talk about everything else that I've been mentioning here. A little, it's nice to just like connect with other people in this space, whether that's in person, online, virtually, FaceTime, live, YouTube, whatever, and just kind of get different perspectives. Getting perspective from everyone in this hobby has taught me how to navigate this hobby differently in different times when things are booming, when things are really calm or bearish, where a lot of stuff isn't going crazy. But yeah, I think that's going to be it, y'all. Uh, More to come on this channel for this year. I'm very excited to see where this channel goes. I've absolutely been loving it. And until next time, y'all, happy collecting. Peace.